Yo, man. Welcome back to another one, man. It's your boy RowloeEA coming back with another one. Should I call this Storm Talk? I don't know, man. But today we're going to talk about that game that happened yesterday against the Chargers, man. It's crazy. Right now, I'm watching this Commanders game against the Texans. Commander against the Texans. I'm watching Commanders against the Buccaneers. And Jaden Daniel just turned the ball over in the red zone. Honestly, if you ask me, when it comes down to this, let me before I even continue watching this Commanders game, because I want the Commanders to win. I want the upset. I like Daniels from the IE, so I want him to win too. Shout out CJ Stroud, he got us out the playoffs, man. But when it comes to this Chargers stuff, man, as y'all see, I'm always rocking the gear. Like, I've been a Charger fan my whole entire life, right? So I've seen the up downs, and I've seen the excuses, and I've seen the reasons on why certain players and certain plays and certain things didn't happen for our favor, right? Why we didn't win certain playoff games, right? These last upcoming years, you feel me? When it came down to that Jacksonville game, and we blew the lead, we blame Coach Staley, right? Because he had a history of making bad calls, and the blame wasn't on Herbert. Now that we got Herbert, and as a team, we improved from 5-12 to 11-7, 11-6 at the regular season. And Herbert has the worst game of his career. We have to blame nobody but our quarterback. Now, I'm not staying away from talking shit about Herbert. You feel me? That's what I'm trying to say. Like, that was Herbert's game to take over, to shut up the naysayers. A lot of people was always saying that Herbert wasn't top 5. They was putting him against Tua, against the Strouds. Like, Herbert has now lost to Trevor Lawrence and CJ Stroud, bro. He has now lost to multiple people that's younger than him off the rip. And it's crazy to see, and it's crazy just to think about, like, because Herbert is really like that. But for him to have that game, we got to keep our heads up and understand, like, those type of games do happen. And that doesn't define him as a player, right? One bad game should not define him as a player. And I understand those 2 big games that he finally played, he didn't show up in. I get that. But what I'm also saying is, like, we got to give him grace. But he performed. It was horrible. I ain't gonna lie, it was horrible, bro. That first throw against Johnson, I believe, that overthrow, double coverage on the post corner was crazy. The McConkey overthrow was just crazy. And not even that Disney catch wasn't him, but this is what I'm trying to say. Like, my thing with Herbert is this: understand the injuries, I get it, but this is what I'm trying to say as well. Herbert did not step out the pocket and was not mobile yesterday, right? They didn't convert it. Justin Herbert wasn't mobile. We're gonna lose Chargers for life. No, for sure, Chargers for life, for sure. I'm just saying my concerns about Justin Herbert, man. He didn't run as much as we wanted him to and needed him to, right? Him extending plays would have avoided him making those tough throws, right? Justin Herbert stood in that pocket, tall, and trusted that horrible O-line. There was a couple of passes where he's dropping back, and before he even throw the ball, it's getting swiped. Herbert, you 6'3". Why don't you just step to the right, step to the left, extend it a little larger, a little longer, and throw it, rather than standing in that pocket tough and chugging them. He overthrew McConkey overtime. Charger fans, we know Herbert, right? We know Herbert. We know what he does. We know everything that he does, to where why we fuck with him, why he's our quarterback. But yesterday he didn't perform as well, so as he usually does. And the Texans played their butts off, man. Texans had that D line coming off the edge, something crazy. They got Hunter, they got Will Anderson, first round pick out of Alabama, man. But win or lose, both nations stand up, man. We have a hell of a season. We played a hell of a game on defense, man. Those 2 D linemen out of Ford and Tart went crazy. That D line was stopping everything. Mixon didn't hit a big run, maybe to like the late 4th round. So, like, we have a lot to look forward to, man. I was watching a couple of videos, a couple of the interviews, and just the players talking about how they enjoyed the moment, they enjoyed the environment, they enjoy stuff like that, to where they're excited and hopefully they can stay. The Chargers signed a lot of players on minimum deals because based off their background and just trying to find a team and will away. And honestly, we willed many ways to get to where we got to, so we can't hang our heads down. We got to keep our heads up, man, and understand that this year wasn't a failure. Herbert had a bad game. I got a lot of naysayers, a lot of homies, a lot of friends hitting me up. You know, I told everybody Chargers money line, stuff like that. So it's real tough, man. But we made it to the playoffs, man. A lot of y'all was out home watching us do it anyway. So shouts out to the Bow fan, the Bow Nation. Hell of a season, man. I would shout out a couple of players maybe later on, but